In this video, we will discuss about glycocalyx and the immune suppression. So, how this glycocalyx helps in the immune suppression, we will discuss this thing in brief. So, before going into the topic, let us understand what is this glycocalyx mean. So, so far we know that most of these mammalian cell surface are being decorated by carbohydrate structures or the glycoproteins, that is proteins that have the carbohydrate structures. And these decorated carbohydrate structures helps the cells to perform its function in many ways, and we will not go through those functions in this video. However, we will discuss how these carbohydrate structures then helps in the immune suppression. So this carbohydrate layer of carbohydrate structures around this cell surface is known as glycocalyx. So what happens in the case of cancer cells, that the genes, there is a dysregulations in the signaling, dysregulations in the pathways within the cells, in a way that they will start to produce more of the carbohydrate structures that can be expressed on the cell surface, and thereby they will not only make the glycocalyx surface dense, but at the same time they will also increase the uh, depth or length of this glycocalyx surface. And because of this, the glycocalyx can act as a physical barrier that will prevent the immune cells to come and detect the non-self epitope within these mutated cancer cells or tumor cells, thereby helps in the uh, immune uh, immune evasion, we can say that. And these things are been mentioned by here, that it will form a thick glycocalyx layer, which is made up of different carbohydrate structures, and most of the carbohydrate structures have the signature similar to the host glycans, thereby the immune cells will not be able to distinguish these glycan structures from this cell or from the healthy cells, and thereby act as a physical exclusion or helps in this immune evasion. The other things that it can does is it will also prevent the antibodies to diffuse from this glycocalyx layer and enter into the cells, and thereby this kind of immune surveillance will also get disrupted. And the immune surveillance here, it is shown here, and here it is shown about physical exclusion, thereby both of them works as a similar way, like they will suppress the immune response against the tumor cells. Next thing that is mentioned here is that it will also cause these T cell suppressions. Here the suppressions is by NK cells, and here it is by physical exclusion by T cells and the macrophages. And also the T cells alone will not be able to distinguish the mutated tumor cells, will not be able to distinguish these tumor cells from the healthy cells, and thereby the T cells will not be activated in that case. And these things will also be done by this thing will also be happen because of the high glycocalyx thickness layer. At the same time, the phagocytosis and antigen presenting cells will not, this kind of immune system also will not work because of the same reason that they will not be able to interact or detect the non-self epitope that are present in the tumor cells because of the physical barrier of the glycocalyx. And another thing that it can happen is that it will reduce the immune response, even though some of the immune um, chemical compound can enter into the can pass this glycocalyx layer. However, their overall impact will be reduced significantly because of the high thickness of the glycocalyx, which is made up of carbohydrate structures, and thus it will reduce the uh, immune efficiency to a greater extent against the tumor cells. And at the same time, the what will happen is that the changes continues to occur within the tumor cells in a way that they will try to produce more of this glycan structures, and thereby increasing the glycocalyx thickness. At the same time, they will also this will also help the cancer cells in uncontrolled growth rate, and the changes in the changes within the changes within the tumor cells in the form of signaling pathways occurs in a way that they will help in this not only help the cells in forming this high thick glycocalyx layer, but at the same time also helps the cells in proliferation, metastasis, and maintaining their uncontrolled growth rate. And that is not shown in detail here in this figure. The most of the important part that has been covered is based on the based on or related to the high carbohydrate structures formation that leads to the high glycocalyx thickness. So I hope you got a basic idea about the glycocalyx and immune suppression. And if you need to understand more about this glycocalyx and immune suppression in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.